Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is episode 30 of the SANE Show, the show about nothing and everything.
Yes, sir.
We got upcoming artist Mylestone with us in the house. How you doing,
Man,
man?
I'm doing good, my man. Thank you for having me. How are you?
Thank you for coming on the SANE Show. I'm
Most
good, and thanks
definitely,
for
man.
asking.
Most
Good to have
definitely.
you here. I'm really looking forward to this. Was telling everybody
Yeah,
about it.
man.
So,
I'm
got
excited.
a lot of people that are familiar with you here in the city. So,
Hell yeah.
I feel like I'm moving up in the world.
Most nah,
I
man.
got
Nah,
somebody.
nah,
I got
man.
somebody like
I
you coming on the
appreciate y'all
show.
for having me, man. For
Yeah,
real.
man. Yeah.
For real, for real.
One of my guys that gets a lot of my guests.
Mm-hmm.
It's talking about this is SANE Show.
Yeah.
2.0.
Yeah,
So
that's
you're
it.
part of 2.0.
That's
So
fire.
you're
Well, I'm
part of
glad
that
to
next
be here
level
then.
of
Let's do it.
next level of guests I got coming on.
Let's do it.
So today we're going to talk about finding your style,
Mm-hmm.
evolution of music, and then we're going to have our trending topic that we'll discuss in between
Okay.
those two topics and we'll reveal later in the
Yeah.
conversation.
Okay.
And then followed by that, we're going to have our interview, to let the audience, listeners get to learn a little bit about you,
Most
your music,
definitely.
what you got going on,
Most
and
definitely,
all
for
those
sure.
kind of little cool things. So I'm really excited
You and
to
me both,
get
my
this show
man.
on the road.
Let's do it. Let's get it popping.
Yep. So let's go ahead and hop into it. So finding your style.
Yeah.
And I always tell people whenever I put these topics together, I always try to do something that's relatable to the person that I have coming on the show. And being especially you moving from Charlotte to Miami, and of course there's a different sound here than there is there. But I want to really focus on, I guess, the general idea
Overview,
of overview of finding your
my
style. Right.
Man, I definitely say I'm still finding my style. I believe that each song that I put out is better than the one that was previously out. You know what I mean? I do believe that my next, what Drake say, my next move is better than my last move. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But I'm still evolving. So with me trying to evolve, I'm still finding my style. Now I tell you that. My music is through experience, you know what I'm saying? So I have the ability to, make these dope songs through experience, and then for other people to share that experience with on whatever the hell they got going with their life, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So the different places in life kind of more so express the style of music, you know what I mean? More so than really the place of where I'm living, you feel me? But when I dropped the song Faithfulness, that really rocked some stuff down in Miami.
Right.
From a Latin, Hispanic standpoint, and then still black and white, everybody else, but really in that Hispanic community, I got a lot of love there, a lot of love there.
So you bring up an interesting point there, because you talk about with your style, of course with you're speaking from your experiences
Exactly.
when you make your music, and it's almost like I'm learning something new, because now for the first time I'm separating
Exactly.
the sound of where people are and then their story.
Yeah.
So, because especially like with some of my favorite groups, I hear them talk about how like they went here and or they went there, just traveling all over the world and going and experimenting with these different sounds and all these. But the story doesn't change.
Yeah.
Whatever the message they're trying to get across doesn't change. But the sound, they just bring in something new, but still telling that same story.
same
So
story, yeah.
you bring up a good point when you talk about that. Again, I'm learning, and I'm
Yeah,
definitely
man.
going to be paying attention to that when I listen to my favorite artists, and now adding you to that list.
Exactly. That's
artists
love.
that
I
I'm
appreciate
going
it.
to be
For us
listening
up.
to.
Carved in stone on the way.
Yes. So, what advice would you give to artists, especially you're in a unique place, and like I would say you're like in the middle. You're
exactly.
you're at that threshold point where it's like it's only just a matter of time.
The way I put it in, my slingshot is being rounded back. You know what I'm saying? And over these next couple of months, over this last year, you slowly start to see it.
Right.
You start to visualize it being pulled. But it's a unique spot just because. Well, the advice I give to people is say to always just stick with whatever it is that you love to do. You know what I'm saying? Because regardless, I'd rather wake up and do something I love to do rather than wake up and do something I have to do. You feeling me? So I definitely say that. Find whatever your passion is. And when you find something that you're passionate about, you'll do the things that you need to do to make the shit pop. You know what I mean? And I feel as if that's where I'm at right now. Putting a lot of dots and pieces together to make sure that my slingshot hits the target I'm trying to hit. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
So
I agree.
yeah.
It's so funny you say that, because it's that same. I always tell people, with podcasting, there's so many similarities to music artists, because the same. It's we're talking about recording, and you're talking about a creative form, and taking, I got to find my style, and I got to figure out, because it's like I'm a big fan of the Breakfast Club.
Yeah, I love it. I watch that all the time. Charlotte.
Yep. Shout out to Charlamagne, Joe Budden podcast, and for me it's just like, okay, taking those things that I like from that, but at the same time it's like, okay, me, Cliff, as a host, what's the SANE Show gonna look like when I do this? Because at the end of the day, like, there's nothing in trying to be like somebody else, or trying to mimic the formula. Like, just come up, do your own thing, because like you said, like, that's what's going to make you most happy, and that's what's going to separate you from everybody else.
Exactly.
So I want to go ahead and hop into the trending topic. I just showed you the video, the Easter Bunny, and we just coming out of Easter.
That shit was crazy. That was crazy.
That had me cracking up. I saw that first thing.
The thing
morning.
about me, like with the Easter egg,
yeah,
or the Easter Bunny, rather. My bad. What it looked like to me was like the dude was messing with the girl or something like that.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it sounded like the girl didn't want to be bothered with. So if he was beating him up, out of for the girl's sake, then in my head, salute you. You know what I'm saying?
Right, exactly.
That's respect.
Yeah.
But if those aren't the circumstances, then he's bugging and he need to chill.
Right. Yeah, because I had to rewatch the video. Facts. And make sure, cause you want to, when you see something happening, you want to, before you take sides, you want to take and analyze the situation.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly. See, and how old are you?
I'm 22. Damn, I turned 22 yesterday. I turned 22 yesterday.
Wow.
April 21st.
Happy birthday.
Appreciate
one.
It, man.
Just you saying that, like, you taking time, like, you definitely got your head on right, because especially going down the path you're going down, you're gonna have to do a lot of that and really assess the situation before you take and pick what side you're gonna be on, because if you don't, you slip up and you say the wrong thing, and everybody go come after
Point
you.
Your finger at you,
Right, exactly. Right. So, back to the Easter Bunny. Yeah, man. I watched it, and I said, well, let me take and slow down.
I'm glad you
watch
showed
this.
me, because I ain't even seen it yet. You showed me right before this interview.
Yeah, man. I'm not gonna lie, I cracked up. It just seeing something like somebody in the Easter Bunny costume. It's not one. It's one of those things you don't
expect.
Right, exactly. So it's kind of like, you just got your butt handed to you by the Easter Bunny, bro. What you got?
Come on, man, get your stuff together.
Right. So it's one of those things like, you deserve that, and now world star.
Exactly.
So, real quick, speaking of world star, I was listening to Joe Budden podcast. Shout out to them, Joe, Rory, and Maul. And Maul was talking about, one of my worst fears is a bunch of young dudes coming out to jump me, and then somebody yell "World Star."
World Star. Oh my God, that's so true. That is so true.
Yeah, I was like, I laughed, because it's like, it's one thing to take a beat down, right? Because if you go viral, then it's like that's a whole nother level of humiliation, and like
everybody know you from that,
right? Yeah, definitely. So that was our trending topic. Again, it's you guys probably see it all over the internet, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Go watch the video. You get a good little laugh out of it, seeing the Easter Bunny hand this man his butt. Yeah, man. So I want to hop into the next topic, evolution of music. Especially, you being as young as you are. One of the things coming into this I was thinking about is, I meant to look it up too to see where you fall as far as like generations, because we now there's millennials and you're a millennial, so you're on the tail end. So nothing against you, but I kind of put y'all with the Gen Z, only because it's young. Y'all are no disrespect though, but one of the things I think about too is, because I just had Wilt Wallace on a few episodes ago. He's one of the VPs at Warner Brothers.
That's amazing.
And one of the he's like in his mid-30s. So one of the conversations we were having is about music and how music has changed.
Oh, definitely.
And one of the things I find interesting about the artists that are in the lane that you're in, I think probably like early to me, Roscoe Dash, Kid Ink, and then you got a few others out there that basically like they're rapping, but they got vocals with that. And I remember just
little twist.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So just, I think it's different, and I think it's cool because I'm a fan of vocals, and I'm a fan of rapping as well.
Yeah.
So it's like to bring those two together. I think it's rather
and that's
unique.
like see, that's what I love. Like, but what I love is just the versatility about my music, and it's not on no tooting my own horn type shit. It's just like that's what I'm trying to embrace, and the fact of like, yo, this dude, I can rap my, you know, quote unquote gangster, whatever the hell you want to say, and then I can go sing to your girlfriend. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
Right,
like it's that type of thing, or I can blend it all together. And that's really, when you talk about like finding my style, I feel like that's when I'm finding my style, because like I'm just evolving in the sense of elevating with this sound, you know what I'm saying, and really shaping it to what I want to be, and they gonna definitely see that and see the versatility on this upcoming EP, Carved in Stone, most definitely.
Okay. Word. And one of the things I also think about, because it's like, again, so it's almost like because one of the things, again, we were talking about, there's this, with genres of music, it's every genre, it's separate silos. And I think the cool thing about music, and I think that allows newer artists like yourself to be more creative, because it's not like it was back in the day, where it's like you got to be R&B, you got to be hip hop, or you got to be pop, rock, whatever it is. Where it's like it's all becoming almost as if it's all becoming one. And you know, shout out to Lil Nas, because you know his song that he just
Old
released.
Town Road, that shit fire.
You're right, but it's like people, you know, like people.
Yeah, shout out to him. I don't even know, what's his name?
Lil Nas.
Lil Nas.
Yeah, but it's like you know, again, with like your song Faithfulness, you know, one of the things I see with that, again, taking some of those elements from
and that's another thing, bro. Like the people that I'm working with now, you know, through Young Money and a lot of other people through Miami that I work with for this music stuff, that they tell me like, yo, you got some stuff out already, man, that's like different. And you know, I had to actually take some old stuff down, just in the sense of getting all the rights to it and re-releasing it, you know, and just bettering what was already, you know, established, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, man, like that Faithfulness song, you know, what I've learned with this music thing is, you know, it's a lot of money that goes into it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you know, just trying to make it off of music, you know what I mean? It's slim to none now. You know what I mean? It's a different type of game. So I'm learning that, and I know that now.
Yeah.
And that's, you know what I mean? So. And
you, because here's the thing about it, right? That it took me, all my people in entertainment had to pretty much beat this in my head. You know, and it's it's one of those things that keeps people, I guess, away from entertainment, because it's a risky thing. You talk about, you say there's a lot that goes into production, and so, you know, it's one of those things where the investment is really high on the front end. They put a lot of money in production and all that, and they're basically
good ass return on the back end.
Right, because they're betting on you to make something good, and then on the flip side, like you said, get that return, get that ROI, and make it all worth it. And so that's why you got to commend people like yourself, you know, to go out here and take that chance and chase after.
Well, I mean, I got to thank my parents. You know what I mean? So that, I mean, although I'm doing it, I definitely got to thank them.
That's good. That's good. I always talk to people about how important it is to have support.
But it's not even about, like, from that standpoint. Just from the standpoint for them to let me go out here and for them to be like, you know what, do whatever you got to do for a year. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, 'cause I was in school. I'm not in school no more.
Okay.
You know, and to see this thing starting to, like you said, unfold, like my slingshot being pulled back, it's like, to them, it's dope to see, because they're like, oh, like, he's okay. We guess, and we're going to give him a year to try to figure something out. He's doing a lot, you know what I mean, already. So it's just, you know, bro, it was cool. They gave me that opportunity to just try to figure out, shape it for myself, you know what I'm saying, what I want. So that's what I say, I got to give it to them, because, you know, a lot of people's parents on some other type stuff, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, my people's like, they respect whatever, you know, hustle, whatever grind you're trying to do. So.
Word.
So I fuck with it,
That's what's up. Those my favorite kind of parents.
Yeah.
They understand, like, you don't.
Shout out to Kim Aragi.
if only I could tell you how many conversations I had with, I guess, creatives, whether they're actors, producers, other artists in your space, you know, and just about that. So that kind of stuff goes a long way to know, because it's not like you're asking them to say, hey, I
ain't
need
asking for
right.
Yeah.
It's not like you're asking them to put up all
It's
this
just
money
like
to get
trust
you.
me,
Right.
just trust me to like, go out here and just try to make some shit.
And then knowing that they still got your back.
Yeah,
should things not work out, like that's all people need.
I mean, because then you got to think from a like mental standpoint. That's a whole hell of a lot of stress, bro. If your people's just nagging about you, it's one thing to like when niggas is messing up, they know they messing up. You know what I mean? We don't need to hear the constant, you know what I'm saying? That parents do, or like you know what I'm saying? Like people be so scared to go out and do stuff. You know what I mean? Like, bro, I'm young, bro. Like I'm young as hell, and what all I've accomplished already. If I, which I know I am, but if I were to not accomplish it, you know what? I got my man up above. I'm straight. I've done everything I need to do. I'm cool. It's like you gotta reach certain levels, bro. Like it's just mental. You know what I'm saying? And it's just different.
So at what age did you get into all of this?
So really, it was I started doing. I mean, I've always like been like known a lot of people. You know, been like you know pretty like popular a little bit with everybody. I mean, I lived in Charlotte. I lived in Philly. I lived in Panama City. I live in South Carolina. Now I live in Miami. You know what I mean? I've created a lot of relationships with people in a lot of different places. So, you know, I mean, people have always been able to put a name to a face.
Right.
But with the whole music shit, bro, last year was a real tough year just from a lot of different angles. I was living in Panama City, and I was at a JUCO. So I used to play basketball and shit like that. Okay. And, you know, I just went through some stuff down there. Lost my grandmother. Was getting into trouble and stuff like that. Just not doing what I was supposed to be doing, you know what I'm saying? And it just got tough down there, bro. And right after the season, I just wanted to do something to get my mind off shit, you know what I'm saying? I played the piano a little bit, but I wanted to put down a track, you know what I mean? Like, I always write stuff, but I never had really, you know, I had dabbled with it a little bit early on, but then I, you know, was focused on basketball and stuff like that. So I picked it back up. I went to the studio. I went to Grind Time Studios in Panama City, Florida. Shout out to Matt Barkley. And I laid down this song called Animosity. And they was loving it. They're like, yo, this is like a hit. I'm like, stop messing with me. You know what I mean? I'm thinking people fucking playing with me. You know what I mean? I'm like, y'all not serious. Right. And he was like, bro, like, no cap. Like, he said, I have a buddy of mine that works at the radio station. He said, I can try to tell him to get you a slot. And I'm like, bet that. I mean, you know, I'm thinking he BSing me. I'm thinking, like, you know, he's not going to do it, you know? Yeah. I'm like, he's bugging. And I will never forget it. I was walking out of Dillard's in Panama City Beach. I was on the beach side. I was walking out of Dillard's, and Matt called me. And, you know, it's Matt Bentley, not whatever I said. And Matt called me, and he said, yo, bro, your song's going to air tomorrow. And it aired that day, and then it played, like, 8 weeks straight, bro. Like, and everybody in that town, you know what I'm saying? And people was fucking with it. And it was crazy, bro, because, like, my song is being played on the radio, but I'm still the college kid who got practice the next day. Right. I got class, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And yeah, man.
Word. So when just so I can make sure I got the timeline correct.
This summer. So like I went to the studio. You know what? I went to the studio and laid down Animosity in April. So right around this time last year, I laid down Animosity. So like really, I wasn't even serious with music. I just laid down the track in the studio for me to have.
So hold on, let me stop you there. You've been at this for how long? This music in general, like you got serious about music, and you've been serious for how long?
I got real serious about music since I'd probably say March, April, May. I'd probably say by June. The summertime, I was like, okay, yeah, this is what I'm about to do.
So of 2018?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Wow.
More like
I wish not. I wish everybody could see.
I'm gonna be honest. I got out of school though, beginning of this year. So really, I consider that because I was still in school in Miami and I was promoting my music. Yeah. But I wasn't solely focused like, all right, now it's time to just go get it. You know what I'm saying? Like that. And that's So I say really when I got out of school in Miami that first semester, first fall semester.
Wow. I gotta say I respect your grind and your hustle for one, because to make the strides and to have the opportunities that you now have and the opportunities that you have before you. Yeah. Like that's very impressive.
That's cool. I appreciate it.
That's very impressive. What is it that, you know, before sitting down with you, of course I did my research on you. I guess is it part of that athletic mentality?
Yeah, that's what everybody always asks me about with basketball, because they knew like I got a real dope support system. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got a lot of good people who I can really have good. Well, I'm not gonna say a lot of good people, but I got enough people who I can call, you know what I mean, and really have some good conversation. And I had a conversation with that about last week, but it's my work ethic, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like people have always respect that. So, and then I mean, you got to be good at it, you know what I mean? So like, you know what I'm saying? So like shit, like, you know, I'm good at it.
Yeah.
And then they know how hard I went with basketball. They know that, you know, coming out of high school, I had a lot of good, you know, options for school, but like none of that shit matters. It's that they know the work ethic. Like that's what basketball taught me. Like you said, it's just that work ethic.
Yeah.
Like me and one of my teammates, like every morning, man, it was like a routine. You know, you go in the morning, you get some shots up, and you do your thing. Like you work, bro. Like you work. And shit just going. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like you work, and I mean, granted, we did some stuff we ain't supposed to do. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But like,
Right.
At the end of the day, you just, you know,
and you
wipe
know,
your hands and just pray.
it's funny you say that. It's such, again, and I gotta brag on you.
Yeah.
You know, again, being as young as you are, 22 years old, because
I guess I'm old, man.
you're well, I'm 26, so you make me feel old. But you know, one of the things people always have told me, you know, it's like people that are older than you love to see
I was always
younger than them.
Yeah, I was always that youngin'. You know what I mean? Like I was always that youngin' around the old people.
Right.
So like, you know what I mean? And me, I'm not a big talker. Like you know what I mean? Like, granted, I'm just, you know, trying to get my name out, so I know I need to do all this interviewing type. You know what I mean? But like, it's tough for me. I'm just now starting to open up with a lot of people and a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like through my A&R and everybody telling me, okay, people want to know more about you. They want to do this. You got to do this. You got to do that. Yeah. I'm like, I don't know. I ain't used to do this. I ain't used to post all this stuff on. You know what I mean? Yeah. Which is cool though, but like, cause now it really shows who I am and people really vibe with that. But I mean, that's about it.
Because I'm going to tell you this, and I'm pretty sure you're seeing it now with your level of work ethic. Because one of the things people still tell me this day, it's like I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it.
Yeah, fact. And loyalty, you got to keep your fucking word.
Right. So when, not only that, because you're going to have a lot of people that's going to go out, going to want to go out their way for you because they see that. You tell them. Right. Yeah, and because I bet you got somebody doing something for you, they can charge you, they can hit you over the head with something heavy, but they be like, you know what? You work hard. I know you got it. I see your potential. I know you're gonna make it big. I appreciate that for real. They gonna want to do it. Because they gonna be like, you know what? You ain't gotta worry. You ain't gotta take care of me right now.
I've been blessed, man. I've been blessed with the people who like I was able to learn and get guidance from. You know what I'm saying? Good and bad. But I mean, I really appreciate that. Like from you know the big man up above, just being able to see things from a lot of different eyes. That's why I'm able to be how I am now, just because of the. You know, everybody say it might be cliche, but just like I've done a lot after the age of 22. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you have seriously, and when you really reflect on it, you really get wiser, I guess, in a sense, and you just know how to move a little different. You know what I'm saying? And the thing that I don't like about it is because you're so young, then people think you crazy. You know what I'm saying? They try to make it like, oh yeah, he's just acting like he know. No, nigga, we know we different. We know how to. You know what I'm saying? Right. It ain't no because I'm young. Nah. Yeah.
And I mean, the good thing is you own, like you gotta own it. Yeah, own facts, it. Bro. And one of you know I like the energy right now because one of the things I you know we got Cam sitting here, y'all. He was on here.
Shout out to that while ago. Cam, man. One Cam Carter on IG.
Because this guy, all right, this guy's like my little brother. That's right my here.
Man right there.
And what I'm seeing in you right now is the same thing I see in him.
Cam has a hell of a work ethic, man. Right. And definitely keeps me in line.
Because I mean, you gotta surround, and I tell you, you gotta surround yourself
with good people, motivated people, people that want to take shit somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Right, and exactly. If you ain't on that wave, then it's just different.
Because I tell him, and I hope you keep this in mind. Yeah. And one of the things I always tell people, like anybody that's on my team, we champions.
Exactly, that's it.
We here to win. Exactly. We claiming it. We gonna get it all because it's a lot out here to get. And let's go out here and reap the
benefits.
Exactly.
Of the work that we put in. You feel
exactly.
Me? That way.
So it's always, I like when you bring good people around because you welcome anytime on the SANE Show, bro. For real. Because again, I like your energy. I'm not gonna lie. I recently found out about you. You make dope music.
I appreciate that.
A lot of respect for you and. I'm excited for you, and you got a really bright future ahead of you. Especially me being again, I'm 26 years old.
Yeah, a little older, more wiser.
Right, but here's the thing though, I'm still like, cause it's like when you get older, you know, it feels like you got less time to get things done. But one of the things I'm learning is like I still got all the time in the world, so I can only imagine where, cause if I were in your shoes, bro, you know what I mean? Like if I got all the time in the world, you got all the time in the world. But at the same time, because here's the thing, operating with that mentality, like that window is closing almost. You know what I mean? So you got to do everything you can within the day, and
can't have any time wasted.
Right, exactly, and that's how you got to move with all of this. So let me ask you this question here, because obviously, you know, being an artist and you becoming more popular. Yeah. You're young. How are you handling all of that?
It's I know how to handle it just because, like I said, the experiences that I've had. Like, you know, I've been star basketball player, so you know the notoriety, and then you know, I'm not gonna say fame at that age, but you know the notoriety throughout your community. You know what I'm saying? You pick up on that, and you know kind of how to move. So I try to correlate. I try to let that be my base. You know what I'm saying? And then I learn from those who I, you know, can call friends now who are already at that level, you know, from, you know, playing with the Dolphins or the Heat or whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I seek that guidance from them, but it's all about just staying true to yourself.
True.
But, I mean, R.I.P. Nipsey Hussle, but, I mean, you can never get too comfortable, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
In the sense of just, you know, your city will never give you the love that you want from it, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you'll never get that love that you want from it just because it's always envy out there trying, you know what I mean? It's tough, you know what I'm saying? Deep. It's just tough, bro. And it's just not me saying anything about, you know, how he died or anything like that. I'm just talking about for the future, for our generation, and for kids to move so we don't have another incident like we did with Nipsey, you know what I'm saying? But it's so much hate and envy that you just got to be very, very cautious. So you can't be, you know, P. Diddy and try to just stroll up in New York and get a cheese, you know what I mean? Like you can't, and you can't be Miles, and you know what I mean? It's just stuff like that, bro. Like you have to know, and like I said, it's getting to that level. It's not at that level yet. You know what I mean? I'm not one to fraud or be on some shit like that. Yeah. But you prepare yourself. You know what I mean? Prepare yourself for it, so that when it happens, it's just clockwork.
Exactly.
You know how to move.
Exactly. So what do you got going on now as far as, you know, got lined up?
Yeah. Come out so right now, what's really, really dope, man, is we got the Carved in Stone EP. So this is produced by all of Young Money, Cash Money producers. So we got Cash Money AP, we got Trill. Can't think of the other two, but a lot of dope Young Money producers, man. Yeah. And I got one of my favorite producers. I got to pick one of the songs that's on it, and I'm gonna be honest, the song is already out right now, but it's doing so good that I'm gonna put it back on there on an album. You know what I'm saying? Rather than a single. I'm not gonna say which song yet though.
Oh man, I was gonna tell. I was gonna be like, yo, tell him.
Not gonna tell him. Yeah. But the producer of that is a young dude, man, from like the Midwest, and I've just connected with him through social media, man. And he is super talented, man. His name is Kavi. I can't even think of his Instagram name, but that joker is one of a kind, man. I want to say he's 16 years old, man, and makes beats that sound like Drake would go ahead and rap on. You know what I mean? Word. I'm excited for that, man. That EP will consist of about 4 to 5 songs. Okay. And the versatility, man, of it, man. I'm excited. I love the title too. I feel like it's real meaningful.
Okay. Okay. I'm guessing that's to be announced as well.
Yeah. Well, Carved in Stone is the title.
Okay, I missed that. My bad.
Yeah. No, you good, my man. Carved in Stone. So, you know, it's speaking on just like where I'm at right now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like I feel like I'm starting to define some stuff and let people kind of know where this thing is about to.
Now, you got any features on there, or is it just?
I do. I got a feature with a Young Money artist. Okay. We won't say which one yet. Okay. And I got a feature also from YSB. He's a rapper out of Raleigh, really, really making noise. Raised a couple of eyebrows, John Wall being one included. Okay. But I really, you know, rock with his sound. So so he's on there.
Now, you're from Charlotte. Yeah. And I think it's a great time to be from Charlotte. Yeah. Now, because say with like artists like the Baby.
Yeah, man, he's really doing it
They
right now.
really.
It's so crazy because I met him leaving
Yeah.
a Hornets game one time with my two boys in high school.
Okay.
I met him in high school. He had a hoodie on, like a black hoodie, black shorts. I mean, not black shorts, black sweatpants.
Yeah.
He was walking out of 7-Eleven, and we was walking out of there, and my boy Bobby already knew who he was. He was like, yo, that's Baby Jesus, that Baby Jesus. I was like, who's Baby Jesus? You know, like I didn't know who he was, like at the time, you know, and at the time I wasn't even on music. I'm hooping, like I'm just playing ball. And so like I wasn't known on him too. But then Bobby put me on to the Light Show song.
Yeah.
And I was like, mad respect, like I fuck with that song. That song was valid. And then it was just dope to see like his process go from there to, you know what I mean? Like it's that work. Like he knew. Like you know what I'm saying? Like he knew. And I respect that for real.
Yeah.
Like I respect that.
I think it's super dope, and I tell all the Charlotte artists this, like and it couldn't be a better time for you to be in this and Charlotte to be hot. Yeah. Cause it's a lot of y'all that's pop,
and the dope thing is like a lot of his boys are like niggas I used to kick it with, but like they were older. Like I said, I was always around the old, older dudes. Right. So like shout out to Molly Mall, like all of them over there. They know the Baby. It was funny. I thought we was gonna get him on the Digital Dash remix, but we never made it happen. But yeah, no, he's a solid dude, bro. Like I respect his hustle. Like I respect his grind. Like I respect what he's doing right now. And really, get into his bag. So I fuck with it.
Word. Man, that's some super dope stuff, man. But yeah, that's it's good. This is it's great to see you guys out here killing it. Because it's gonna be dope to look years down the road and be like, yo, this guy, and like everybody around the same time, boom. Just like you got your artists in LA and you got some of those artists that are now, these newer West Coast artists and even artists in Detroit and places like that they all kind of, I like to say like,
music
right. And like, it's almost like everybody came up at the same time and then, boom. And now, everybody's on the map. So yeah, you got any social media, anything
man,
you want everybody to check out or whatnot?
My social media on Instagram, I got Mylestone1, and then on Twitter it's _Mylestone1, and then you can also go to the website and view that. I got music videos and upcoming shows and all that type of stuff at themylestone.com. Mylestone with a Y.
Okay. Yeah. Now, do you have a release date for that EP?
As of right now, it's crazy you say that, but I should have a release date within the next day or two.
Okay. Yeah. Bet. Well, y'all heard the man. Yes, Make sure to go follow him, check him out. Yep. Be on the lookout for that
Mylestone
EP that drops.
Instagram.
You heard him. Take note. You can rewind it. Make sure to go follow him. And you haven't done so, go check out. Go follow the SANE Show on Instagram, Twitter, SANE_show, SANE_show, Facebook, the SANE Show. And thank you, for taking time again out of your schedule to come on the SANE Show, check us out and join the conversation. And with that being said, this is the SANE Show, episode 30 with upcoming artist Mylestone. Again, go check him out. Be on the lookout for that EP. With that being said, SANE Show, episode 30. We're out.